I seriously, like, oh my god.
This is the worst.
I just got 4 of them all in a row.
Hey everyone, Jarek here. Welcome to my gun guide of the MP18, one of the 3 submachine guns for the Assault class. The MP18 is a starting weapon for the Assault class, and it's probably the one you're going to be most acquainted with for a long period of time. And generally it's an okay gun that doesn't really do anything bad or anything great. It has moderate SMG damage at 23 damage per shot, and has pretty good range. You'll be able to kill people up to 22 meters away in 5 shots, 6 shots up to 30 meters away, 7 shots up to 36 meters away, and anything past that takes 8 shots. But still, being able to kill people in 6 shots up to 30 meters away with a submachine gun is pretty good, and this gun does have the accuracy to back that up. To further emphasize this gun's medium range prowess, it only has a fire rate of 550 RPM, making it very easy to control. The magazine size is pretty deep at 32 rounds, and you shouldn't get caught reloading with the slow fire rate. The reload time is fairly painless at 2.1 seconds, and an empty reload time of 2.96 seconds. The MP18 has 3 different variants. The optical variant that, surprise, has an optic on it, the trench variant that has no optic, just iron sights but very good hip fire, and the MP18 experimental that fires in 3-round burst? This is actually really weird to me. I'm not sure why they did this. I've never been a big fan of burst fire weapons in Battlefield, with a few exceptions like the K-bar in Battlefield 3, but almost all the exceptions of burst fire weapons that I like are assault rifles that do good at range. An SMG that's burst fire doesn't sit well with me, because Battlefield has this really obnoxious habit where if you don't time the burst just perfectly, the gun stops shooting. Why it does this, I don't really know, but up close in someone's face is the worst time to have a gun stop shooting on you. You really just don't have a reason to use the experimental. It's not more accurate than the other variants. In fact, the optical variant is slightly more accurate. They're very close, but again, it's not really enough to make much of a difference. It does have slightly less horizontal recoil, but this gun's rate of fire is so slow and it has so little recoil to begin with, you're not going to notice. So I don't really know why this thing exists. And something really weird about it is that it actually has a slower empty reload time than the other 2 variants. I really don't know why this is actually really confusing. The other variants have an empty reload time of 2.96 seconds, the experimental has an empty reload of 3.3. Not really much of a difference, but it's there and that's weird. But alright, let's bring up the stats so you can really see what I'm talking about here. As you can see with the recoil, all 3 variants have the same vertical recoil, with the experimental having a slightly less horizontal recoil. Again, the rate of fire is so slow you won't really notice. They all have the same recoil decrease and the same first shot multiplier. As far as accuracy goes, the optical has the best ADS accuracy, the trench has the best hipfire accuracy, and the experimental is just sort of there. Again, I don't know why this exists, and I wouldn't recommend using it. My personal favorite variant is the trench variant, and even though it looks like it's the least accurate and shouldn't be the most usable, it has insane hipfire accuracy. This is a mobile man's wet dream. This thing can get you some amazing hipfire kills from really far away. You almost don't have a reason to aim. But really, that's what it comes down to. Do you like moving around a lot? Use the trench version. Are you going to ADS a lot? Use the optical version. Unless you were absolutely terrible at maintaining control of your weapon, I would not recommend using the experimental version. To recap, the MP18 doesn't really do anything incredibly well, but it also doesn't do anything bad either. It's very good at close to medium ranges, and that's where it shines. But this brings up my next problem. You don't really have a reason to use the MP18 once you unlock the Hellriegel. I'm going to take up your screen with stats really quick. What I'm doing right now is swapping back and forth between the Hellriegel and the MP18 stats. See a problem here? They both have the same damage and the same range, but one has a 100 RPM faster fire rate. So you don't really have a reason to use the MP18, and let me go more in detail. The MP18, 550 RPM. The Hellriegel, 650 RPM. The MP18, 32 rounds in the magazine. The Hellriegel, 60 rounds in the magazine. The Hellriegel even has less recoil, and even though the MP18 is slightly more accurate, these guns are made to be fired from close to medium ranges, and within their best engagement ranges, the accuracy is not worse enough in the Hellriegel for the MP18 to invalidate the Hellriegel at range. So again, this is my biggest complaint about the MP18, is that once you unlock the Hellriegel, you are simply never going to use the MP18 again. To reiterate, yes, the MP18 is more accurate, but you are not going to be sniping someone with a submachine gun, so ultimately the accuracy doesn't mean a whole lot. Another thing the MP18 has over the Hellriegel is a slightly faster muzzle velocity, but both of the muzzle velocities are frankly quite terrible because they're submachine guns and it's not that much faster to begin with. So the advantages the MP18 have over the Hellriegel are minimal and ultimately don't change the end of the fact that they're both made for the same purpose and the Hellriegel is simply better for that purpose. Again, that's not to say the MP18 is bad. You can probably get a lot of kills with this thing. In fact, whenever I use the MP18 in Conquest, I generally get somewhere between 40 and 50 kills. It's quite a good gun, just you'll have better. So use it while you can and enjoy it while you can, because it does take quite a while to actually unlock the Hellriegel, so until then, get your use in. But that about sums up my gun guide for the MP18. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, favorite, and subscribe. I will be making a gun guide for every gun in the game, so stick around, I have more to come. I'll see you guys next video.
Oh my god. How many kills did I just get? I just clear out this point. There's still more people here actually.